Across the United States, a constant clashing friction has become the new baseline. Millions of people are living in a state of visible, high-decibel frustration. This is most obvious in the political sphere, where the middle ground has largely vanished. The landscape is now defined by two rigid, opposing extremes that share almost no common language. Social media acts as the primary accelerant for this environment, pulling localized tensions into a national spotlight instantly. These digital platforms are built to prioritize engagement, which often means prioritizing outrage. Casual opinions are algorithmically pushed into hostile battles, rewarding conflict over factual nuance. The sheer volume of this noise suggests a structural break in the nation's foundation that goes deeper than a single election cycle or a trending hashtag. Away from the screens, the friction is changing the way neighbors interact. Disagreements that used to be settled with a shrug have mutated into a profound personal distrust. This distrust is directed everywhere. One segment of the population blames the government for their struggles, while another points to the immense power of global corporations. Despite these different targets, the underlying sentiment is the same, a feeling that the institutions meant to lead the country are no longer listening to the people who live in it. The persistence of this shouting suggests an energy source that isn't being addressed. To understand why it won't stop, we have to look past the arguments and into the daily mechanics of American life. This requires looking at the physical reality of the American kitchen table, where a crisis of mathematics is unfolding. This chart tracks essential survival costs. Rent, food, and healthcare follow a steep upward trajectory. Overlaying average wages makes the discrepancy clear. The ability to pay remains stagnant. The resulting gap, a math deficit, is the quantifiable distance between earnings and maintaining stability. This deficit is a fact of modern life, and it creates a level of constant, systemic stress that fuels the nation's collective exhaustion. For most of the 20th century, the American dream functioned as a social contract. It promised that hard work would be rewarded with stability and a path to success. As the math makes that promise impossible to achieve for a growing number of people, the psychological foundation of the country begins to fracture. Realizing the system is no longer honoring its side of the deal leaves individuals feeling abandoned by the very structures that were supposed to provide a floor for their efforts. A breached contract on this scale produces a specific kind of fallout. It creates a desperate, active search for accountability and for someone to blame for the loss. Beneath the noise of the spreadsheets and the shouting, a specific, quiet tension remains. It is a dread rooted in the immediate fear of losing one's current footing and the terrifying prospect of being left behind as the world moves on. This has led to an unprecedented belief that the future will be inherently worse than the past, a complete reversal of the traditional American outlook. When the structural trust of a society breaks down, anger serves as a psychological filler. It rushes in to occupy the space where security used to be. We cannot fix the volatile division in America solely by winning political debates. Ending the cycle requires acknowledging the human struggle beneath the outrage and rebuilding the structural trust that has been lost.